Do you want to be the next governor of Oklahoma? There is a little bit of a catch here. Are you between the ages of 7 and 11 years old? That's right. Right now, the search for the next kid governor is underway. We are joined now by Jim Priest with Sunbeam Family Services to talk about this, and Joe Dorman with the Oklahoma Institute for Child Advocacy. Thank you both so much for being along.
Great to be here.
This is so much fun. This is the second year for this search, the child governor, the kid governor. How did this start? Where did this idea come from?
Well, last year we were, as both of our organizations are, focused on children and the welfare of children in Oklahoma. We were impressed with how dire the situation is. We're 39th in the nation in overall child welfare. That means we're down toward the bottom. And we thought, what could we do that would catch people's attention in a different way rather than just kind of spitting out statistics? And we thought about the Kid President video that a lot of people like and's gone viral. And we thought, well, what if we could do that in Oklahoma and have a kid talk about the needs that kids have in Oklahoma? And so Justin Evers was our first kid governor last year, did a great job. And we hope that it helped move the needle a little bit to catch people's attention.
What are some of the issues that are facing the kids right now? When you talk about being 39th for child welfare, what are some of those main issues?
Well, some of the issues, of course, we face are making sure that the funding is in place with DHS to make sure the Pinnacle Plan is put forth properly. We see a lot of problems with foster care, with the Office of Juvenile Affairs, making sure that the resources are there to give these kids opportunities. But we also want to work with those kids to give them those opportunities. The kid governor position gives a young person the opportunity to go out and speak on behalf of kids all across the state and talk about those issues that they feel are important. And they're often talking about those serious issues that affect them in the schools or with what affect their peers.
Yeah, or affect their friends or their next door neighbor. So what exactly does the kid governor do? Do they go to legislative sessions? Do they speak at different schools? If someone's out there watching saying, I think my kid would be good at that, how much of a time commitment is it? What exactly would they be doing? Paint us a picture.
Yeah, well, it's a pretty light lift overall,
Okay.
And we try to be accommodating with the child's school schedule.
Of course.
But they go out and speak at public events, sometimes big public events. For example, the inauguration of the kid governor will be at the Sunbeam Family Services gala dinner on April the 13th, and so they will make an appearance there, say a few words to the crowd, probably about 500 people there. So it has to be someone who's willing to stand up in front of a crowd. And we also do a lot of videos, kind of short take videos where it's dynamic and the kids moving around and talking about important issues, but doing it in a fun sort of way. So you need to be outgoing, have a good sense of humor, be able to have a heart for others. Those are probably the three biggest qualifications.
I think it's brilliant, and a lot of kids will pay attention to another kid. You know, they're going to listen more to a kid, sorry Joe, than they would to a politician. I mean, they definitely would. Now, you mentioned the videos, and you're doing kind of a video audition. If we have the list, we have information on what they need to include in this video. Need to include who they are, where they go to school, how old they are. They have to live in Oklahoma. And then in this 1-minute campaign video, they need to pick maybe one or two key issues that they want to focus on, maybe child hunger. You mentioned the foster care system, right. Something like that. Joe, you're the politician here, you ran for governor. What would be your advice to someone saying, I need to be the next kid governor? How do I stick out in my video submission?
Let me clear one thing out. I'm a recovering politician. That's in the past for now.
Okay.
But we need the kids to look at those different issues. We're #1 in the nation as far as we don't have a good summer feeding program. We only feed 6.4% of the kids in our state, dead last. So we've got to do a better job on issues like that. The kids need to go through, and I would recommend they go to our website, the OICA website, and look at our Kids Count data book. It lists out all of the issues where kids are impacted of what we've been able to analyze. Sunbeam and OICA have been able to work together to pinpoint a lot of these issues, and we want these kids to put forth the best video possible. We'll have the kid governor, and then we want to make sure all of these kids stay involved in the process. We want them to be those leaders going forward into this next generation.
Okay, and I mean, what a great opportunity for a kid, for a parent watching right now. Awesome. And you're saying that the selection deadline is this Friday, correct?
Right, need to get the videos in by this Friday, and I would suggest don't be all serious, although these are very serious issues. Let your personality come out. You can be funny, you can be humorous, make it dynamic. Show us what you can do in front of a crowd to talk about these most important issues. And kids are not the only audience for this, obviously. We want politicians, policymakers, adults, because we have to speak for kids. They don't have a big enough voice to speak for themselves.
Absolutely. We will have all the information for the Kid Governor race posted on the KOCO mobile app. Jim and Joe, thank you both so much for being with us. Excuse me, recovering politician. That was my mistake. We certainly appreciate it. Good luck to all of the next Kid Governor hopefuls out there. You're watching KOCO 5 News in the morning.